My father, signed up right after Pearl Harbor, as did all of his friends. He said there wasn't one person he knew that didn't sign up to fight for their country, which is pretty amazing. And why do we refer to them as the greatest generation? Because they were. They weren't doing it really necessarily for themselves. They were in the moment, but they also did it with an understanding how impactful this is going to be for future generations. The Israeli military, again, destroyed the plane of the dead supreme leader, which was interesting. If you're reading polls from the mainstream media, legacy media mob, that are saying that Americans don't support this, MAGA doesn't support this, it's false. John McLaughlin put a death knell in that lie today. 86% of voters, Trump voters, support the action. And notably, 18% of voters for Harris expressed approval for the action. Nearly 60% agree with the president. I actually think that's a low number. I think there's more. Look, I think a lot of people want to be associated with a final result ending. Rasmussen has similar results. 58% of voters. I'm sorry, it's 70. What is the number? Oh, nearly 60% of voters consider Israel an ally of the U.S. I've been warning people about what's happening online. What's happening online is toxic, it's cancerous, and it's like Alice in Wonderland and the Looking Glass. It's like it's not a real world. Remember, it is flooded by people that have agendas, in some cases paid agendas. It is flooded by people that live in mommy and daddy's basement, keyboard warriors that are anonymous in their underwear, just throwing out invective left, right, and sideways. There are foreign entities, especially with the sophistication now of artificial intelligence, that they are our top geopolitical foes: China, Russia, Iran, some other Middle Eastern countries. I would venture a guess probably the Qataris are trying to especially indoctrinate young people, especially into this anti-Semitic belief system. By the way, there was a story in the Jerusalem Post. 2 nurses detained in Tehran after treating wounded anti-government protesters were tortured and raped by Iranian security agents while in custody, according to an exclusive report by Iran International. Can you imagine? Both nurses suffered internal injuries. If you know anything about Iran, this shouldn't surprise you. The president, by the way, has demanded Iran's full and complete unconditional surrender. I can see that coming. I hope it comes sooner than later. But with their military being decimated, I'm not sure how much longer they can hang on. What the president has been able to do, which is why we played every other president or Democratic wannabe president, but from Obama to Biden to Clinton to Kamala Harris, every single one of them all said that they would obliterate Iran if they dared to get close to a nuclear weapon. This has been going on since 1979. And they, even after Operation Midnight Hammer, the Iranians still would not give up their nuclear ambition. There's a Telegram article I took note of. Too many armchair foreign policy experts seem to want Iran to win. When I listen to some people, I'm like, whose side are you on here? What is the war critics' agenda anyway? New York Post had a very good piece about this. We'd like to believe that the negative coverage of the Iranian war is so rampant in the media is simply more Trump derangement syndrome, but it's plainly about how the president's firm actions expose how pathetically weak elites applauded Barack Obama and his misbegotten Mideast policies. To simplify things, consider the Atlantic's Jeffrey Goldberg, the dean of elite liberal political analysis, who's actively sneering at the joint U.S.-Israeli effort to defang the entity